Few technological developments have had as great an impact on our lives as
these two idiots.
Doc tells me you two are pretty good. Best in the company.
Golly, I'm so impressed.
You're talking about line of sight.
You wield it like a kid that's found his dad's gun.
That's great.
It's going to be great.
That's going to be great.
It's going to be great.
That's going to be great.
It's going to be great.
That's going to be great.
It's going to be great.
For the first time ever, Line of Sight is doing not only a tier list, but a visual podcast. And this is it. You are seeing live-ish. Our rankings of the Pixar films.
Feature films.
Feature films from Pixar. Not short films, not spin-offs, not TV shows. These are films, feature films. So you're going to write them down on your little notepad there, Nathan?
Well, I think I can memorize the letters in order, but it will still help to have a visual.
I feel like these are pretty standard. They don't have a name beside them. It's just grade letters, basically. F being the lowest. Skipping over E, going right to D. There's no E, because usually there's not in a grade. C, B, A. And the top tier being S tier. I should have looked up that etymology video about the tiers and making up new things and what that phrase was called. Maybe I'll drop it in. But S, my wife was questioning, what the heck is S? And it's like, because you need something better than A. So it's like super, supreme, something like that, I'm sure.
Special,
significant. Lots of
sherbert.
Yes, probably sherbert. It's red on our little tier thing. So I was gonna, well, not that I was gonna, but I would have just said we'll do them in order, in chronological order. And off air, Nathan said, well, that might be boring because the first like 10 or so are just right at the top.
Yeah.
So we're going to keep it a little spicier, caliente, by doing it in a random order. So you can't skip ahead on your podcast and or YouTube video. You have to sit through it all in order just to see what's happening. What are we going to say about who knows what next? So Nathan's got a
well, you're going to
wheel
make chapters
behind him.
for this.
Yeah, I guess so. You're going to spin a giant wheel and it's going to clack, 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 clack and give us a thing?
Yeah, I don't know if there's any sound effects here, but you might have to drop that in. So I'm on wheelofnames.com and I put in 29 Pixar movies and I'm going to spin.
Is there a sound? I can't hear it.
It did make something. Okay. What a crazy way to start. We have a winner. What a disappointing start. Inside Out 2. Not that it's super bad, but I feel like this is great in that is a random one to start with.
What a crazy random happenstance.
Yeah. Oh, and now I can remove it from the list. Oh, convenient.
And so I've got it here on my screen. Now, did you already wrote out what your rankings are? I guess we should kind of go over that. We're going to collectively decide where it falls. I'm kind of winging it because I just know how I feel about things. this is where the random order kind of might hurt it, because until other things are on the board, sometimes you might be like, oh yeah, that should probably be lower.
Well, we can move things later.
It's not set in stone.
No, things.
Actually, I know what I need to do. I need to bring up my Letterboxd so I can see my ratings. That's what I need to do.
There's no B plus or C minus.
No.
There's nothing like that, which would help put these in order more. But Inside Out 2, I'm going to put, for me, as a solid, very solid C.
Yeah, it's I like it. It's I don't know. For me, I would maybe go with a B. Or actually, here, now I need to figure out what my ratings are going to translate to, because I do have a rating for this. So if I go off that, it's hard because I feel like I've got some. Maybe I just need to make notes of this rating to this rating is this. But I feel like there's probably some that it's like a 4 could be a B or an A.
Yes.
I think
grant
C
you that.
makes sense. I agree. I'll just say I have it as a 3.5 on Letterboxd, but it's not a favorite at all. I didn't see what everyone was talking about when they're like, "Oh, this is amazing." It's like, I think it thinks it's better than it is. It's trying to be the first one a little too hard. Yes, I think C is correct. You are correct, Nathan.
Oh, thank you.
That is where it shall land for us collectively. What's next?
We gotta get the Wheel of Fortune sound on here.
I was already thinking that. Doo-doo-doo-doo.
We just moved A Bug's Life, the second Pixar movie.
See,
right after Toy Story 1995.
I'm a big advocate for A Bug's Life. I want to say it's S tier, but not that it would cheapen S tier, but kind of. I think it is a 5-star movie, but this one I might have to say is a 5-star A tier.
I agree, Adam.
Okay.
I have it at A Bug's Life. I think we should do an episode still of Magnificent Seven, A Bug's Life, Three Amigos, Seven Samurai, and I think it's like the second season or second episode of the first season. I know Bryce Dallas Howard directs it, of The Mandalorian, and it's the same premise of defending a village against a mob.
A Bug's Life and Three Amigos are the most alike because it's the mistaken identity thing. Right. But yes, the recruiting heroes has been done many times.
So we should do that. But yes, I agree. I love A Bug's Life, but I think it is somewhat nostalgia. It doesn't get the universal praise and memory. It doesn't have the cultural impact.
Yeah,
There's not
I
really
think
any rides at Disney World about it.
they just closed. It's
Oh, yeah.
tough to be a bug or whatever. What was it called? Is that what it is?
I think that this is what it was.
Something like that. Just this year at Animal Kingdom, I
Yeah.
just saw a video of. Shoot, I just lost the guy's name that does Flick's voice from Kids in the Hall. You know him, listener.
From News Radio.
News Radio, Dave Foley. He was basically just talking about the ride, but it was an official Disney post, I think, and he was talking about just some of the bugs featured in it. But it was nice to see that on a little reel and remember that thing. But yeah, I would agree about the cultural impact. I think maybe that is, and I don't know why that is, because like Toy Story was huge, and I don't think A Bug's Life was small or like not a success, but it was like Toy Story, A Bug's Life, Toy Story 2, and just sandwiched between those, it kind of got lost.
Yeah.
But like I said, 5-star movie all the way.
We'll get into it, but I wonder also, I don't know how much this would actually affect
I actually
it.
have it at a 4.5 last time I logged it. But I would put 5 now for sure.
But watching recently Elemental, thinking like, how are they going to make toys out of this? And like with A Bug's Life too, it's like, it's not that they're ugly characters, but it doesn't have that easy accessibility stuff.
I do have a Flick figure up on my little Pixar shelf. Maybe I'll mention them as they come up. I also have a little Heimlich. He is a Disney Dorable. For those who know what that is, they're little tiny figures and big eyes, and one might say they're adorable, but they come in little blind boxes, and there's a certain number of doors that you open, and sometimes you don't know how many you're going to get inside. But my wife is, what's the word? She likes to weigh things and figure out what's going to be the big score and looking at barcodes and things like that. Trying to cheat the system. But yes, they must have had a duplicate of Heimlich, so he's on my little Pixar shelf I have. Give it a spin, Vanna.
Vanna doesn't spin the wheel.
Yeah, I guess she turns.
Oh no! Okay, we just missed Ratatouille. We got onto Onward. I know Ratatouille will be a fight, but Onward with Spider-Man and Star-Lord.
Yes. Onward, kind of into the new Pixar. I don't know where I'd draw that line of old versus new, but definitely a newer. Onward. I like Onward. What is your general feeling?
I've only seen it once. A lot of these I've only seen once. Probably a third of these movies I've only seen once.
Yeah.
But I liked it. I didn't love it, but I thought of what it was pretty good. I'm hovering at a B- C+ area.
I'm at a solid B.
Okay.
I think on a rewatch, you would like it more. Not just you, but the royal you. It's one of those things where it's like, oh, now that I know what it is and I don't have my preconceived notions in my head, I can just enjoy it for what it actually is.
Right.
And I will say it has, a lot of Pixar movies do have this, but it does have a solid emotional payoff at the end that I think gives it a solid B. It is a little below expectations in certain things, but an enjoyable thing overall. And I think B is where it should go.
And I do like the premise of it, in that it's not just Toy Story, Cars. Like, what if Cars had emotions? That type of joke, where the like premise of what was that? Was it Bright?
Yeah.
Will Smith, where like modern day fantasy stuff. And that's what I honestly thought of when the first trailers for The Good Dinosaur came out, that it was going to be like dinosaurs in modern times, and that kind of premise. So yeah, let's put it at a B.
Okay, it's done. What next?
Oh, this is the last movie that I watched, Lightyear, and I spelt it wrong, but I know what it means. I put 2 E's in there. Lightyear. I was expecting to dislike this more than I did, because I had heard that it was bad. I love how it looked. Mm-hmm. I was even impressed that with the non-Tim Allen voice, that he sounded still pretty good. Yeah. It was fine. But this is like the opposite of Onward, in that, like, oh, cool idea, and they executed it pretty well. They probably could have done a little bit better. But this is coming from... Is this after Toy Story 4?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So we got 4 movies. We have video games. We have little shorts, all this crap of Buzz Lightyear. And this is what you come up for them?
Yeah. And
the idea of... I guess it's not in the movie at all, but the outside world saying, like, this is supposed to be the movie that Andy watches.
It says it at the beginning. Like, there's text.
It doesn't?
It says, in 1994, a boy named Andy received a present.
I was cramming these in, so okay.
Something along those lines.
I was skipping ahead 10 seconds at a time. I'm like, I don't need to watch the credits.
No, there is something. It's like, this is the movie he saw. And... it's like,
this is not the movie he saw.
You're giving yourself a boundary and you're not staying within it. If you just made here's a movie about the real Buzz Lightyear, it'd be a little bit more acceptable. But because you're trying to make it, like, shoehorn it into, this is what he saw. We kind of talked about this when I watched it, but it's like, make it more of a 90s movie. Don't go modern with the jokes and I don't even know what, but it's like you didn't lean in the right areas. It just feels like a modern movie with the jokes and some of the concepts, but it is close to like an Interstellar thing with the time displacement, or whatever you call that. That's kind of interesting, but yeah, I like Buzz for the most part, but then it's like, I don't like any other character.
No, and the like ragtag group is just like so formulaically ragtag, where it's like, I've seen like Pirates of the Caribbean, Guardians of the Galaxy, a million other movies, this ragtag group, and it's just like, this is not... like, these characters kind of suck for what it is, and the twists and whatever, it's just watchable, but I would never need to watch it again. And not, I don't know, the visuals are great, where that's fun. Like, but the cat, all this stuff, it's like, it's not horrible. It's just nothing.
Yeah, the cat, even though it's not technically an animal, it's a robot. I don't like it.
No, I would, unless I wouldn't say it's a F. I don't know if I'm going to have an F.
I'm gonna say I knew I was kind of with you from what you were saying. I would say a D. It's not an F. There's one movie that I think I'll throw it to the F, but even that maybe is harsh, and I've only seen it once, so it's hard to say.
Okay, so let's say D.
So yeah, D.
D for Lightyear. Okay. I'm gonna go. Oh. I have all 4 Toy Stories in a row there. So once we hit one, but no, we have 2008 Wall-E.
I watched this recently. Not that I needed to, but it just hadn't been watched in a while. Alexis didn't really remember it, even though we had watched it with her a long, long time ago. This is an easy answer for me.
And me. It was in my top 100.
Yeah.
Was it?
This, I think.
Yeah, it was.
Definitely in mine.
I'm pretty sure it's in mine.
This is an S tier.
100% S tier for me. No
I like
question.
that we have one in each tier except for F right now. This is a good order.
Yeah. Random. But yeah, well, I remember seeing it. I've said this many times, but I remember seeing the trailer, thinking that this was going to be the beginning of Pixar's fall, and it looked. I thought for some reason the trailer looked horrible. Saw it, and it was pretty good, really good, and saw it many more times, and my kids have seen it many more times, and it was. When we had our minivan, we had a DVD player in there, and that's one of the DVDs we had. So I heard this movie many times.
The funny thing is, I haven't, or maybe it was played on one of our trips to Florida. Like, we don't usually have a DVD player, but we do have like a portable one that can kind of hang on the back of a chair for those road trip scenarios. I feel like that might have been one time where I was driving, Brendan and Alexis in the back, and it's a perfect, well, maybe not perfect, but I can visualize it just hearing it. There's not any dialogue for the longest time, so you're just hearing music and sound effects. I owned, or I'm sure I still do, own the soundtrack, and it's a great soundtrack just to listen to because it does kind of play the movie in your head. Some soundtracks it's just like, yeah, I know this part, or this sounds like this part, and the rest is just who knows, unless it's a movie that you really love. But this one, it's like the whole thing is played for you basically, and that is definitely one of the strengths is the music, but then also the sound design.
Yeah, Ben Burt on the sound.
And just the overall, the character of Wall-E and Eve. And I feel like it wasn't maybe a 5 for me right away, although I did like it, but it was like, I don't know if I like the humans and that stuff. And it is the first one that has actual live action in a Pixar movie, I think, which is kind of strange. Weird. But there's lots of little things or even some big things, but like the idea of by and large being like this corporation that just owns everything. And I love it. It's like, even though it's supposed to be like it's the
Costco,
downfall
Walmart,
of Earth, and obvious kind of Walmart or something like that. But the BNL logo and just the name, and by and large, like this, all the music with that, like it's so good.
It is.
I still haven't watched Hello Dolly either.
That's the other thing. All the Hello Dolly stuff is a real great connection. The visuals of and a lot of people that not even maybe dislike, but like they'll say, "Oh, it falls off once he gets onto the spaceship," and it's like it's a different type of movie then, but it really is still a lot of just visuals, but it's just not as slow. It's like a lot more stuff's happening, but the captain and John and is it Mary?
Yeah.
It's like they're talking, but they're not like a ton of it. It's just I think people think it is more, and
there's more story happening, but it is still very visual.
Yeah, and I think there's like the visual comedy of all the like broken down robots, that stuff.
One thing I noticed on this watch was the idea of robots with personalities, and how it's like, oh, Wally's been on Earth forever and he's kind of like the last one, so he's almost going a little crazy, but he's developed like this human fascination and personality because of that. But then you get the contrast of Eve, and she has a directive and is very kind of rigid in that, but then she also has the moment of like just flying around for fun once the spaceship takes off. So it's like she's got a little bit of that in her too. But then all those quarantined robots or whatever in for repair, it's like they're all a little nuts too, and they have a quote personality, even though they would all be programmed the same. So it was like I was appreciating how that concept was through it, and it's kind of like a anti-conformity type message where they even have the rogue robots thing, and it's like these are dangerous, and it's like, well, they're not dangerous, it's just they're going against the status quo, and they want to bring us back to Earth and disrupt the order of things. So it's a pretty rebellious movie, anti-establishment.
Yeah, that, and then also everything about it I like, but I don't even know what I was gonna say. No,
it's got humor, it's got emotion for being robots.
That's what I was gonna say. A lot of more modern Pixar feels more formulaic. There's a formula. We're going to go through the steps. This Wall-E is I would say is on its own out of these 29 movies. There's nothing else that's like it. Like Toy Story, those movies are great, but they're similar to each other at least, right? There's no sequel to Wall-E. Like there's no other okay, we're just gonna do a visual story here for a long time, and our main characters barely talk, and our main character barely talks, Wall-E himself. So all that is just kind of awesome. So I would say it's probably Pixar's most unique movie.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
Our first S tier.
Okay. Let me go here. Incredibles, Brave, Good Dinosaurs, Cars 2. Cars 2, Adam.
So I don't have this one rated because it's been a while. I've seen it once. I did not care for Cars 2.
No, I don't think anyone did. I think this is Pixar high on their own supply.
A little
thinking
bit.
that they can do no wrong. The idea that you can go from a movie like Cars, which I think I've come to appreciate more. I've never really loved it, but to go from that where it's like, okay, we're just going to do basic car stuff, and then just go completely like, this is sequel mania. Like, we're just going to go wacko and nothing makes sense, and it's spy stuff, and like, but it's cars are spies, and
Yeah.
it's just like so disconnected. At least the first one, it's a race car. That's what humans know.
Yeah.
Like that's a natural. And the whole Route 66 is like, it'd be like doing a train movie and the trains are jumping tracks. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
no, at least the first car
And there is a
about
race
racing.
in it, but it's not about it really. There's
Right.
this, but yeah, it is this weird shift of, okay, well, Mater will be their main character, and which they did with a lot of sequels. Some of them work. Toy Story 2, they split up Buzz and Woody, so it gives them both a little bit more. Monsters University focuses more on Mike. Incredibles 2 focuses more on Mrs. Incredible / Elastigirl. There's, yeah, a lot of times they do this. I think this is the worst end result. And if I'm being honest, this was the one I would put as the only potential F as a complete failure. I just remember it being not funny, so out there, and kind of generic kid slop that Pixar is not known for. I also kind of heard maybe the reason it ended up like that was also something to do with Owen Wilson. I don't know if he was doing something, going nuts somewhere like actors do, and then they're like, yeah, we can't rely on him, so we're going to shift it to this. But who knows? Maybe they were just like, we're going to make a comedy for children.
That doesn't seem true.
Yeah, I don't know, because he's there.
Because it's like you're just recording voices. It's not.
Yeah.
It's like,
And yeah, it's not like he's
actor on
not in
set.
it. He is in it, but yeah, and it raises so many questions about the Cars universe. The Pope is in it, so it's like, okay, so Catholicism exists, so does Car Jesus exist? And it's just like, did Car Hitler exist? Like, all this stuff. The Pope is in a Pope mobile, so there's assassination attempts on his life he needs to be protected from. There's a weird car with the eyes are its headlights or something, that it's like he's some freak of nature or something, which is kind of funny, but it's also like the Cars universe is already confusing enough. You're throwing all these other things in it that it's like questioning logic of stuff. This franchise could have been left alone, and I think everyone would be fine with that. So
yeah, it's just,
I'm putting it at an F. I don't know if you have any objection to that.
I don't. You know what? You've made a good point. I was just trying to be positive, and whatever, I would have had it at a D, but I'm more than happy.
I think it's probably worse than Lightyear, is
Yes.
how I'll justify it at this point now. And the random wheel has spoken. We now have one in every tier, so it's exactly what we need to start this party.
It's like the random wheel knows. Okay. Let's do it. Ooh, Coco. Nope. Luca. Luca, I've only seen once recently.
Yeah, I've also only seen it once. I kind of liked it, but was underwhelmed. It was kind of like a that's it kind of movie where it just seemed very basic. I've seen a lot of people talk about it like it's one of the best, and it's like I don't know. This is getting
One of the
into
best what?
Pixar movies.
What are they talking about?
That's why we need to do this, Nathan.
I know this is
So people can reference and be like, "Oh no, it's not. It's only
yeah,
whatever." I would probably put it as a C at highest.
For the history books.
I definitely think it's better than Lightyear. It's probably not as good as Inside Out 2, but I would put it in the C tier with it.
Let's do C. Hey.
I think we're going to be pretty in step for most.
Except for Ratatouille.
Except for Ratatouille. We'll split the difference, put it in a C as well.
Okay, yeah. Luca, you know what? What did I watch before Luca? It was a pleasant visual upgrade from something else, which was one of the more modern ones too, where it's like, you know what? Even maybe Coco. I preferred Luca's look, where it's just like, yeah, the coast of Italy looks kind of nice. There was something. What was it?
You maybe watched Turning Red.
Or Turning Red, and then it was like,
was the one before you watched.
And it was like,
yeah, I think I watched those. It is a little more like, at least setting wise, but I think the character design is falling into this rut that they've been in of like kind of generic, almost not even generic, but like everything looks the same.
Yes.
Luca, Turning Red, Elio, not so much Soul. Soul, I think, is good with the character design for humans. But yeah, the other ones I just said, even Lightyear, like he looks fine. But like his little ragtag group where it's like just exaggerated features, they're not the same as Luca and the other ones. But yeah, I don't know. I think we're getting into that territory with stuff, but for the most part, I think Luca's fine. But I've only seen it once as well, and really haven't felt like going back to it. So.
The human visual, like I appreciate that they're not trying to do some realistic thing, but then at the same time, it's like they're not visually appealing either. Where The Incredibles, it's like, no, this is kind of, they're obviously cartoons, but they look, I don't know, something special. So yeah, no, let's do it. C for Luca.
Yeah, C.
We gotta do this every week. Okay, let's get this over with. The Good Dinosaur.
The Good Dinosaur. Is this a recent one you watched, or
no? I had watched this. Okay. Not in theaters.
I haven't even rated it. I've seen it multiple times though, so it's surprising I don't have it rated on Letterboxd.
I don't even. It's fine. It's not like, oh, this is horrible, but it doesn't pull me along at all. I have no need to rewatch it.
There's parts in it I like, and there's a lot of parts that I don't dislike, but are just nothing. And it is one of those where it's like, okay, that was your concept and you did what with it? Like, it does kind of fall. I would almost call it a C minus, but I could accept that is a D. So I'm kind of around there for The Good Dinosaur. I like it at times, but as a whole, I don't know that it's not a home run. It's barely a double. It's getting on base, and that's about it.
Talking about a home run, the Jays are winning 2-1.
I do like some of the voices in it. Well, specifically Sam Elliott is one of the T-Rexes. And I think Steve Zahn might be a pterodactyl or something. But again, yeah, concept is, I like dinosaurs, but you're not doing a whole lot with the idea, even less so than Onward with its fantasy modern thing. So, yeah. What are you saying?
I'm saying I agree with you, and I'll mark it up to your judgment if you want to say D or C.
Just looking at what we have in C, Luca and Inside Out 2, I think The Good Dinosaur is a D with Lightyear, where it's fine, but it's not good.
It's a pass.
Yeah, it is.
You do not have to come to summer school. You passed, but
yeah,
you better start working a little harder. Okay. Here we go. Toy Story Monsters Inc. Monsters Inc. or Monster U. It says Monsters U. The sequel. Now, I'll talk first.
okay.
I liked it. I think I saw it in theaters. I'm not a giant Monsters Inc. fan either, but I don't dislike it. I think it's an excellent movie. It just doesn't grab me, but I do think the idea of it is creative, all those kinds of things. And I think Monsters U, I might like even a little bit better, but I haven't seen it. I've definitely seen Monsters Inc. more, and I kind of like them both, but I just don't love them. Like, I don't want Sullivan Lego set.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know what I don't care.
I'm right there with you. I was never a big Monsters Inc. fan. I've definitely now seen Monsters Inc. more because it's rewatched more often. But I remember thinking when I saw Monsters University for the first time, I was like, I think I like this one better than the first one. But I don't think it's like amazing. I don't know. It's tough because it's definitely like technical quality. You can see a huge jump. Like Monsters Inc. is like the fourth movie, so they're stepping up their game slowly. But compared to now, or even Monsters U, it's like, yeah, there's a huge quality difference.
Yeah,
I
don't know where it is, but where all of these land. Some of them I know the dates, but like at this time you can do anything.
Yeah,
I kind of prefer, I think, the jokes in Monsters U.
Yeah, maybe
and
that's
some
what
of
I like.
The visuals. I do like when the guy says he can't go back to prison or whatever. That always made me laugh. I do like that there are some kids' movies try to not have the happy ending, and this one attempts that, where it's not a perfect ending. Like, they get in trouble and everything doesn't work out, but they have to work around it. I'm saying Monsters U is better than Monsters Inc. As far as where that goes on the list, I would definitely say it's B.
I'm hovering on a B. So if that's where you're at, then we're right there.
There.
I don't know where. We'll have to see. I think I might put Monsters Inc. above it, but I am kind of with you. That might just be more the cultural impact. I think that Monsters Inc. being the first one has a little more weight to it, but I do agree Monsters MU is maybe like a more enjoyable film to watch, but I've only seen it like maybe twice.
And it's also hard, like it's impossible to go into Monsters U without having the history of Monsters Inc. So we know stuff, and it has that foundation. If these things existed independently, then it would be a little bit different. But yeah, I think I haven't seen it in a while, but like the ending where they're in the like, what is it called?
The camp.
The camp and that stuff, but where they are in the university too. Like, I love the idea of the doors in the first one, and that's fun visuals and stuff. And they're making a ride, taking down the Muppets at Disney World for this, and I think it will be great. But yeah, I'm saying Monsters U, B.
Yeah, I would agree with the B. And one thing about it being a prequel and how you can tell that I'm not a huge Monsters Inc. super fan. There's a line in Monsters Inc. where Mike says he's known Sully since like the 3rd grade. And obviously in this, they meet in university.
Right.
If I was a bigger Monsters Inc. fan, I'd be like, this is trash. They don't follow the lore. And like, I'd be ripping it apart. But it's like, you know what? I think this is better than, doing it that way. There's more conflict. So yeah, B is where it shall be.
Okay. Let me spin-orama here. Brave.
I like Brave. I know a lot of people don't. I'm going to just say it. I like it.
I just rewatched it. Not even for this, I don't think, because I've only seen it twice, but the second time was recent. I don't dislike it, but there's just something. The whole mother-daughter relationship and all this stuff, it just doesn't do it for me. I'm saying it's lesser than Monsters U that we just discussed.
I think it's higher, so we might have to compromise and put it in the same place. This might be the first one we're really split on. We just talked Sense and Sensibility with Emma Thompson, and she is the voice of the mum. There's some really great moments in this, but I do like the first time when you're watching it, it's like, oh, so she's a bear and they have to fix it, and it's kind of obvious the way that they fix it. But then watching it again and again, it's like I like little quirks of it and the whole beginning and setting it up and their relationship. I like the dad a lot. I like Merida a lot. I like the music a lot. So there's lots that I do like about it. So personally, I probably would put it as an A, but like an A minus. Like it's not a Bug's Life A. But if you're saying it's less than Monsters University, so if you're saying C, I would say collectively we're a B.
Yeah, I think we're gonna end up collectively at a B, just because I do like Merida. I love the Scottish accent. It's one of the best in the world. She is a good character, but just like the brother bears, the triplets, like it's so calculated and not even that entertaining or funny. The wisps and that kind of stuff. I don't know. It just
I like the lore. I don't. There's
I just
certain
rather
things
watch.
that I don't
You know
love.
what? There's stuff in it where it's like the Arrow stuff. It's like, oh, I want to watch Robin Hood, be it the cartoon or Kevin Costner, Brave, Scottish. I'd rather watch How to Train Your Dragon or Braveheart. It's like everything.
Well,
that
that
is like copying.
the one
is like,
Arrow
I'd rather
scene
watch.
when she's shooting all the targets, I think that's an incredible scene.
I think that is the best scene of the movie.
Yeah, and they used it. That was like a promotional clip of that little bit. I like the beginning with the music, and she's riding Angus and shooting out in the forest. Touch the Sky, I think, is the name of the song. And she climbs the mountain and drinks from the waterfall, and she's doing all these like kind of guy things, so it's also doing a message of like gender norms and things like that. So girls can be other things, but in the end she is still a princess, and there is a bit of a compromise with her and her mom. But yeah, just certain lines, like even her just being like, "Oh, mum," and the accent, and I love it. I love things about this. But overall, the story and the witch, not a big fan of the witch. She's a little too kooky, but I think we're compromising with a B for Brave.
B for Brave. Okay.
Also, just a side note, this doesn't mean anything for the movie, but that was the best princess experience I've had meeting one at the park was Merida. The Merida we met, and this wasn't the last time, it was the time before we were there. She was awesome, and yeah, I just loved chatting with her and her trying to kind of get Alexis out of her shell a bit. She was really had the energy for it, and it was awesome.
I don't think I have met Merida in real life, but seeing Instagram clips of her, and when she's on, and when they have her riding a horse, it's amazing. So yeah, I already clicked Toy Story 3 is our first Toy Story. I think this is an easy S for both of us.
I agree. It is. We've talked recently about the experience in the theater the first time, and the two endings. There's the incinerator is like is this how it ends kind of moment, and you're not thinking they're like they'll make it out. You actually are not sure, and the fact that they're saved by the claw, and it's a callback, and it's like, this is amazing. And then you get the very end with Andy and Bonnie, and you get almost like a recap of all these characters as he's describing them, and then the super emotional goodbye from Andy or from Woody waving. It is perfect. But sometimes that's all you focus on is these things. I think it's still a good movie all throughout and is addressing things. Well, we've talked about it before. The opening. I know you and I were gushing about the opening when it came out, and it's like, is everyone else in the theater appreciating how good this is?
I don't think people do. Because we went through them recently. The kids, Briar watched them, and she noticed it, where it's like, oh, this is the beginning of the first one.
Yeah.
But I know a lot of people don't know that, because the first time I watched it, and like having the first one so memorized, is like, oh, and they just keep going with it.
Yeah.
with it, like, and that visual of like the imagination of what's going on
Yeah.
and the humor in it with like the orphans on the train and like how cuckoo bananas playtime can be
Yeah.
is excellent. So all that stuff, and this was like 10 years after Toy Story 2, right? I think so.
It was 2010. So 15.
15.
Oh, yeah, Toy Story is 1995. I was thinking it was 94. Yeah, so it's 15
after the first one.
after the first one and 11 after the second one. So that's even crazy.
Yeah, so that where it was just like they took their sweet time and made an excellent movie. The whole Prison Break stuff, like there's nothing in this.
There's so many things about it that are great. The Prison Break Ken is an amazing addition.
Yes.
People complain about Lotso and how he's basically just another Stinky Pete. Kind of, but I don't think they're the exact same. I think there is a good motive there of like he was owned by a kid and then was replaced, which again, real world thing. It's like the parents aren't evil, but that is something that would happen. It's like, oh, we lost these toys. We'll just buy a new one.
It is not evil to buy a new toy.
But in the toy world, it's like, you betrayed me. And like, I'm going to that backstory, I think works really well. And the big baby part of that, like how creepy that character is, but then kind of effective being like the minion kind of thing. Mm-hmm. There's a lot going on with this movie that works.
There's nothing really that doesn't.
Yeah, I like Bonnie. I like playtime with Bonnie and how she's another Andy, but even more imaginative with things.
And her toys are not obnoxious. They're funny.
They're new and unique, but there's like, this is kind of like this one, but then there's some where it's like it doesn't have an equal with Andy's toys. It's just completely new. So I like that.
I think it's perfect. Like that's the thing. I can't think of any problem with it. Where all the additional stuff and the like additional jokes and visuals, that's one thing with like it's at the point where it looks perfect. Like obviously everything's improving, but at this time when they made it, it's like this is perfect. There's no like, oh, this looks kind of ugly now. Rewatching it, it's like, no, the textures, all that kind of stuff is fantastic. I like just even the ending with the clouds or the wallpaper, right? It's just so well thought of and taken care of. Like even I love the phone and like that voice for the phone is like, you got to take care of that monkey. Like it's so funny. The whole prison, it's so good. And the like kindergartners or the preschool, whatever, like how they're animals playing with toys, and it's just so well done. I think it's I don't know. It wasn't on my top 100, but I like it. I love it.
Yeah. It's definitely an easy S tier, and it's definitely the end of the Toy Story saga, and no other movie need to be made after that.
Except for next year, we get the fifth one too.
Yeah. Can you imagine someone making Toy Story 3 and thinking like, I wonder what the next one will be about? Like, clearly, even just talking about the clouds, it's like, that is closing the book. You're literally closing it the way that it opens, because it's like Disney logo, clouds, wallpaper, down to the thing. and then this one opens with a version of that, and then ends with real life clouds. Like you're done. You're closing the book.
You
That
can
is
drop
bookended to a T.
You can drop Quentin Tarantino talking about this as a perfect trilogy, and they should have never touched anything. It is. It's like, okay, let's have after Return of the King, and you have the like drawings of the characters coming up, and it's like, no, this is over. This is done.
Yeah.
And we're going to go back to it. That's where like Lightyear would have been acceptable, but it's like, you should have waited 11 years on that too and made it amazing. And okay, we got to keep milking this Toy Story cow, but we're going to do it so well and respectful and like make it amazing that no one's going to be able to complain. But it's like, no, we're just going to pump something out.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Now I know this one's your baby. Coco.
Coco, I've seen a few times. I don't know how many, but I know Brenda wants to watch it soon because of Halloween. Not that it is a Halloween movie, but Day of the Dead, and kind of got spooky skeleton vibes. I like Coco a lot. I like the music a lot, but rewatching it a few times has made me like it more and more. I think the first time I was like, yeah, it was pretty good, but the more I watch it, maybe it's just you kind of like overlook some of the things you didn't like first time round. I think the music is a huge part of why I like it, though. Remember Me is great, and I like the different ways that it's played throughout and the emotional beats with it, especially at the very end. But people talk about this making them cry. The song that makes me cry is the very end, and I think it's called Proud Corazon or something. And it's just kind of like the very last thing of the movie where it's the Day of the Dead the next year, and all these things everything's happy, and Miguel is singing this song, and the line is like, our love for each other will live on forever. And it's like, I don't know, that like makes me well up. It's like, it's so happy, and it's like such a good ending. And yeah, I do really like Coco, and I do have it as 5 stars. I will say, I think that 5 might be another A, kind of like A Bug's Life, where it's like, I don't know if it's Pixar S tier, but I would say it's an
A. I'll compromise with you. We can leave it at an A. I won't say it's a C to drag it down to a B, because I do think it is better than Luca and Inside Out 2, which we have in there. So yeah, I would have it at a B, but
and like the visuals, I love all the like
I'll give you 51% of the votes on this one.
Okay. You're just gonna use it as a bargaining chip for Ratatouille.
Yes, exactly. I'll give you a lot, but I do like it. It is the visuals. I do like the visual of, especially the is it like a winged cat thing?
Yeah, it's like a
Tiger?
jaguar or a panther.
Yeah, so that reminds me of K-pop Demon Hunters. I like that thing too. Crazy colorful cats, I guess I like. One thing, I have only seen this once. Talking about Spanish or Portuguese or whatever you want to say. I do like Encanto. better than Coco. Talking about musical, I know Mexico is not South America, but Southern, Central America, whatever you want to say.
I'm the other way. I definitely like Coco more than Encanto, but I don't dislike Encanto. I just think it's a little overrated.
I do think it's overrated. I just really enjoy. There's like 2 songs that I really enjoy in it. So
Yeah, the music's good in that too. I don't disagree. It's just, yeah, I definitely would take Coco.
One thing I don't care for is the Day of the Dead look. If it was just like for a little bit of it, but the skeleton look constantly, it's like, I don't like this. And the the Pixar-ness of it, where it's like, how do you define Pixar-ness of it? But
Well, yeah, I think I know what you mean about
dead
like
jokes
the concept
of like an airport.
Yeah, like
that kind of
fleshing
stuff.
out the
world.
no pun intended. Yeah, fleshing out that world and like those things and the jokes, and not that that's, I don't even like those kinds of things, but
I feel like there's a lot of them,
and a lot of like Frida stuff, but
visual gags, or like, not that this is Pixar, but Zootopia is like king of this. Where it's just like, oh, how would this animal act if it was a humanoid, and what would that world look like? And I think Jay did it on Film Junk, where he did like a whole thing about phones. Pixar making a movie about phones, and you could already see it, where it's like the old timey phone is the old man, and then the like payphone gets no respect, and then there's a cell phone that's high energy, and like all that kind of stuff. Like you could see it, the Pixarification of like shoes, right? Where it's like, well, the cowboy shoes are this, and then the dress shoes are fancy, and the running shoes are this and hyper, like, you know what I'm saying? So, but no, Coco's not extremely like that, but it's a little bit of a formula.
I do like the creativeness with the skeletons and like doing stuff with the like loose bones. Like, I think that's a good Pixar thing, where it's like you could make it simple, but they're really animating every little piece of this skeleton.
I do like when the old man dies for the second time, where it's like people forgetting people.
Yes, that concept,
that message, and
yeah,
I do like that thing where it's like, do you even know your great grandparents' names?
Yeah, that's where I didn't know anything about this tradition and stuff. It's like, yeah, I think that is important, and it's kind of true. I don't think it's this and Inside Out do it, where it's like you can forget something and it's just gone. But it's like, I think in real life you can be reminded of things and it's not necessarily gone the moment you stop,
right,
quote unquote, remembering it. So it's not completely accurate, but for the movie's sake, it is a good visual representation of stuff. And you get that early on where he plays the song for the one guy in the hammock, and then he disappears. Like, I like that, where it's like there are kind of stakes. Yeah, the kind of twist I don't think was a big twist for me, because it's like, well, obviously this isn't going to be who he thinks it is, and you kind of figure it out yourself early on. But it doesn't, it's one of those twists that it's like being able to guess it doesn't make it any less good of a story. So I've watched it a few times and I like it a lot.
Okay, so we're gonna leave it at an A.
We'll keep it at A.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We still have 17.
So we're not even halfway.
No, not halfway. Okay. I should be.
I feel like there's some of these we don't have much to say, but
Yeah, some of them we can just fly through. Like Soul? Can we fly through Soul?
Soul. Also only seen once. It is kind of that seems like a Pixar concept. Like when you hear it, it's like it's kind of unborn soul, the afterlife, all that stuff. And it's like, yeah, I can see Pixar exploring this world. It looks great. I like how it looks real and then also cartoony. Like the characters have these exaggerated features, but still kind of like they're caricatures in the real world. I don't remember a ton of the story. I know generally what happens. I don't love the cat stuff. I think this is kind of Brave syndrome, where first time watch it was like, oh, this is what's gonna happen. But I still thought it was really well done, and but I think you even said it. It came out in 2020. And I gave it a pretty favorable rating, and you called it where it's like, not going to want to rewatch this. And in 5 years, I have not rewatched it.
Right. I remember listening to a review about it and them raving about it. It's like, this isn't bad, but the way you guys are talking, it's like no one is rewatching this.
This is why these tier rankings are so important.
It is. It is. It's for history. I was just thinking about the animal cat thing, and it's like, that is such a... I kind of think of Pocahontas when I think of like forced animal sidekicks, where it's like, okay, we're going to do that, but they don't really need to be there. And it's like, you don't have to do it. You know what I mean? Think of The Lion King. There's no sidekick. They are all animals. Even...
I mean, Timon and Pumbaa, you could say, are sidekicks.
Yeah, but they're actual characters.
Yeah.
Not...
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Just
non-talking.
Like non-talking, we're going to have something there.
Moana,
right?
With Pua and Hey. Stuff like that, yeah.
Yeah, where I feel like it's such a, okay, we got the whiteboard out, we're going to have our characters, and we're like, oh, and what's our animal sidekick? It's like, you don't necessarily need that in the exact same way all the time. I don't really remember Soul that much. I think it was good, but not amazing. I'm leaning towards more. I would probably have it at a B minus C plus area.
That is also where I was leaning. I have it as 4 stars, but I'm kind of willing to give it a C. I don't know that I would put it with the B's that we currently have. I think B minus is correct, but C plus is also correct. So let's give it a C.
Okay, C. I'm already spinning the wheel here. Let's pick up the pace and get to Up.
I was down, but now I'm up.
Hmm.
Do you know Forrest Frank?
I know that song.
Okay, that's who sings that.
Is it? It's not Adele.
No, that one's not Adele.
Up's good. I don't like it as much as everyone, but I do like that it is kind of wacky.
It is, and it's really not what you think it is. Like everyone goes to the beginning and
Right.
oh, it's so sad and the old couple and blah blah blah.
Yeah, and that is amazing storytelling and
Yeah,
heart-wrenching.
that is top tier Pixar storytelling. And then you get the rest of the like adventure to South America. And just that visual of the house with balloons, that is cool and unique. But then you get there, or even before you get there, and you've got Russell, the Boy Scout, and I think that's a cool dynamic. Him and Carl, what's his last name? Mr. Fredrickson? Combat Carl. Well, it's a Combat Carl. Carl Fredrickson is the name, and I think they've got a good dynamic. I like how he's talking to the house like it is his wife. And there's some good stuff with that of like having to let go, and it is great. And I saw it on my honeymoon, so it has that going for it. I would say it's an A. I don't think it's an S. I think it is an A because some of that stuff, the Kevin, I don't mind the dogs, even though I hate animals. I don't mind that stuff. I like it. It's not perfect, but I would drop this one in an A.
Yeah, I'm okay with an A. If it was like my personal list, I'd probably have it at a B, but an A is fine. I'm coming around to it more. I like the Kevin at Disney World. They're he's gonna be. They're gonna make these wood carving for like a carousel, and he's gonna be one of them. So I like that kind of stuff. I do like that old adventure-y stuff, and it is a wacko story where it's not a formula.
Yes,
like you can't say like, oh, this is that.
And even just the beginning, the very beginning with like them as kids, like going back that far,
right?
I like that's a pretty long. I mean, it's not too long, but like him going to see the newsreel kind of thing, and that's the one flaw, not one flaw, but my major gripe with it is like he sees this newsreel of the guy going to South America to find this animal, and the explorer guy looks older, like he's got to at least be in his 20s or 30s, and Carl's a kid, and then they seem about the same age when they meet up. That's my main thing, is like
Carl seems even older.
Yeah, he's like, he's not in good shape compared to him, but I don't know.
Yeah. But I love a good blimp. I love Rocketeer.
Mm-hmm.
So, yep. Okay, so what are we saying?
A
for Up. Let's get going here. There's a couple big ones here. Oh boy, what's happened, Adam? It's finally upon us. Ratatouille, your favorite. Tell me why Ratatouille is so good, Adam.
I rewatched it recently. Ooh. I thought I gave it a 4. I gave it a 3.5. I don't love Ratatouille, and I don't get why others who may or may not be present and other just in general, like it's not just you. It's got a 4.2 on Letterboxd. That is heavy 5s and 4s, and I'm just like, why?
Ratatouille is not as good, but it had the same life as Prince of Egypt for me, in that, like, oh yeah, I liked it when I first saw it, and then the more I see it, it's like I like it more and more and more every single time. I think I even had Ratatouille on my top 100. Insane, I know. Ratatouille is amazing. I like the low stakes of it all. Like, what? It's not the rats can talk to each other, but they can't talk to human beings. But it's not like, what if food was real, like VeggieTales, and the food is talking and they're getting cooked, and that type of Pixar story. All that kind of stuff. The animation of the characters, these humans, I like over turning red humans. Like, they're not realistic and proportional, but they're fun. I love the bad chef, the short guy. He's hilarious. He's so funny. Just how angry he is, all that stuff. The humor, I think, is quite good. Even the story, like the fact that it's like this, what's the guy's name?
Gusto.
Yeah, Gusto, but what's his son's name? Gusto.
Linguini.
Linguini. The fact that he's like a bastard child.
Yeah, I will say this definitely is a unique film. Not even Pixar, but just it's a unique film in general. The story and crazy concept. I don't know.
The visuals of all the food. I like the ride at Epcot. The details in the animation, preparing the stuff. The chef's world, when that's all explained to you. I have a little list here of stuff I like about it, and I wrote this down when I watched it like a month ago, not even knowing that we were doing this. The lawyer stuff, like the fact that like we have lawyers involved. Placemaking. I feel like this makes you want to live in that kind of prime Paris. The music. Oh, the French music makes me love it. Drunk. The fact that people get drunk in this movie is like, it gets the kid
that's
drunk.
a little weird. I remember thinking like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I would say it's kind of almost like the least childish Pixar movie. In a way.
Yes, I would agree with that.
The paranoid chef, I like him. The romance, Paris as in the setting. Ego, he has a line, this bloody town. I love when anyone says bloody. I think your review talks about the review at the end.
Yeah.
I do
tricks
think
people into giving it a favorable review.
I don't think it tricks people, but I do think it is nailing the ending. The Gusto as an imaginary friend, it's just like a weird thing that I think works.
Yeah, and we talked about that sometime recently about how it's like, I'm a figment of your imagination. I can't give you any new information except what you already know.
Yeah, so
that is good.
All that stuff, the whole idea of like rats in a kitchen, where it's like, well, you can't do that. like it's the opposite of what has to occur or whatever. I that there's kind of two villains, but the villains are like a review in the restaurant. Like it's such a low stake thing. Oh yeah, and then this subconsciously. So I made like a cabinet thing. I don't know if you saw it on my Instagram a couple months ago, or if you've been to my house since. And I specifically designed it to look like French stoves, but it's just cupboards and cabinets. Not even, and then I had all these pictures on the Pinterest of French stoves, and then I watched Ratatouille like a month ago, and that's the French stove design in the thing. I subconsciously love the design of French stoves. Adam, I love this movie.
Yeah, but that's a result of Beauty and the Beast.
Of French stoves?
Yeah.
But these French stoves don't look like Beauty and the Beast French stoves.
Okay.
But yeah. So where do you have it? Because I have it as an S.
S? What?
Yeah, 100% an S.
I would personally, even though I just said Soul, I had a 4 and gave it a C.
Yeah, see, that's insane to me that Soul and Ratatouille are comparable.
Yeah. And then I apparently gave Ratatouille 3.5. That's where I watched Soul 5 years ago, and I'm sure my rating system's changed. It probably wouldn't be a 4 now.
Ratatouille and The Lion King are right beside each other at 3.5.
I think Lion King's a 4 now. I would probably put Ratatouille at a B. I think even though it's a lower rating I have for it, I would still put it above Soul, and I would be fine with the compromise to an A. I don't know that I can sign off on an S for
That's
Ratatouille.
fine. Let's put it at an A. We'll get going. Put it at an A. I'm dragging it up.
Yeah.
Listeners will know that it's really an S or at least an A plus. I'll send my formal complaint letter. Okay, moving on. Toy Story 2.
Oh, this is one I'm not sure.
Oh, I know where mine is.
I do. Well, I'll tell you what I'm thinking. I'm not sure if it's an S or an A. I do think all 3 Toy Story movies are 5 stars, but I think with time, I like this one less, but I don't know that it's less of a movie because of that. I think there's still like really great stuff, but for me, it just doesn't hold as much now. But I remember when it first came out, I saw it for my birthday, and I was probably the loudest person in the theater, laughing and enjoying it, and everyone else in the theater is an idiot for not enjoying it as much as I did. So I definitely loved it, but now it is the 3rd of those 3 that if I was ranking them against each other.
Like Back to the Future.
So yeah, I don't know if it's an S or an A, so I'll leave it up to you. You seem to know what you're wanting to do.
When thinking through this list, 29 movies, I thought, yes, I'll go with my gut for most of them, but I was thinking, oh, what would I have at S? And I thought, we can spoil it, but I thought Toy Story 1 and 3 will be S's for me, and Toy Story 2 would be an A, just to distinguish them.
Yeah.
So, yes.
It's funny because when it came out, I remember people being like, this is the rare occasion where the sequel is better than the original. It's like, you can think that, especially seeing it in the theater and being like, oh, this is new and funny.
All
Like, it is
hyped up
really funny. I think the
corn.
humor in it is great. But then let's take a step back and appreciate the first one again. So, okay. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, no, I think it's great. The opening's awesome with the video game stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I think the Jesse story, the Woody's Roundup, is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Al's
Big
Toy
Al is
Barn.
good.
Like, I think it is a 5-star movie, no problem. The When Somebody Loved Me song is amazing.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
Bullseye is a welcome addition. I like
Yeah.
him. Just seems like he's always been there.
Yeah. Everything. I think everything is good. It's just, yeah, maybe it's an A+.
It is an A+. Hey, it's in good company with Ratatouille.
There you go. And for some unknown reason, Coco is right beside it.
I know the reason.
Coco is not Toy Story 2. Okay. Finally. We're doing the sequels first, I guess. Finding Dory.
So, yes, I talked about the side character kind of getting the sequel spotlight, and this is definitely one of those. And much like Monsters University, I kind of like this one more than the first one. And I think that's because I'm not a big fan of Marlin, and he's not in it as much, or doesn't feel as present in this one.
It's funny how we are so in sync on 90% of this crap, and I totally agree. Marlin sucks. Marlin is the worst. I hate Marlin. His voice, him just being a paranoid, whiny little bee, is just horrible. I hate him. So having less of him is great. The added visuals of this one, the improved visuals of just all the water stuff is good. The whale stuff, the climax, how wacky bananas it is I think quite a bit of fun.
Yeah, with the driving, like that climax.
The what?
The driving.
The driving, and specifically the slow motion at the end of that is quite a... It was... I didn't see it in theaters. I saw it a while later, and then it was like, oh, this is a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, I like Hank, I think is the name of the...
Octopus.
I think they call him a septipod or something, septipus, because he's only got 7 legs. I think his character design is awesome, and really good, just creative animation with his legs, and he's like becoming different things all the time, and that's all really good. I like Bailey, the beluga whale, voiced by Ted Dunphy from Modern Family. I love the like ooh when he's making that noise and doing the echolocation. I forgot to bring it up. My little toy shelf. I do have a Wall-E up there on my Pixar shelf, but I do have Bailey, and I also have what's his name? Is it Jeffrey? The seal?
Maybe.
I feel like it's a J, but I don't know if it's Jeffrey. That they're always yelling at, and he's got the bucket.
Yeah.
I love that. That's just like classic Disney kind of like, here's just a couple throwaway characters. They really don't have anything to do with anything, but we're going to keep going back to them for some humor. That's not his name. I'm going to have to look it up. But
Bruce?
no, that's the shark in the first one. Seal in Finding Dory. Gerald. And then, yeah, the voices. So that's Idris Elba, not Gerald, but the guy yelling at Gerald all the time. Love Idris Elba's voice. I forget who the other one is that's on the rock with him, but yeah. I like Finding Dory quite a bit. And yeah, looks great. Sigourney Weaver as herself, as the voice at Morro Bay, or the Jewel of Morro, whatever the place is called. I like that, especially because she's also the voice of the computer in Wall-E. So there's that. Yeah, lots going on with Finding Dory. So much like Monsters University, I might put it as a B.
I'm down with that. I'm down. Let's do it.
I don't know about Finding Nemo, because kind of like Monsters Inc. This is wild that we're doing all these sequels. We did Inside Out 2. Was that the first one we did?
Yeah.
And we really didn't talk about it much, because I'm looking at him like, I don't remember much about that. But yeah, we're hitting all these sequels, and then we're going to get to the first one. So I'm assuming you're going to spin, and it'll be either Cars 3 or Incredibles 2.
No. Monsters, and you can't go against the thing.
You have to follow it.
I gotta follow wheelofnames.com, and it's getting more janky every time I do it. What did I just say?
You sound like you were saying Monsters Inc.
Yeah, because I've already removed it from the thing. You notice that we haven't doubled up on anything because I removed them.
Yes.
Monsters Inc. What are we saying?
So this one's a tough one because, like I said, originally didn't love it. To me, young me back in the early 2000s, when did this come out? 2001. I'm thinking, oh, poor Pixar. This is the downfall. They've dropped off their 5-star run after Toy Story, Bugs Life, Toy Story 2. Monsters Inc.'s their first failure, which it is not a failure. I just wasn't as into it, and I didn't get people's hype towards it. But watching it now, it is definitely good, and it is definitely special. I think it is a good concept. And even my father-in-law, this is one movie he's like, I just thought that was a great idea. The monsters in the closet. And
Yeah.
and it's like, you know what, Greg, I agree. I'm with you now.
And the fact that they have the little, I wouldn't call it a twist, but the change up at the end with the laughter is kind of a happy ending thing that you're not really expecting. But they set it up nicely. Yeah.
I think there's just like, there's not much to this one. And that's what I don't love about it, is that it's a good concept, good execution. You got great voices. I mean, just John Goodman and Billy Crystal alone. It's like, well,
Perfect
how could you
voices.
fail? They're just a good duo, good voices on their own, but together they work really well. The characters work really well. Steve
Randall
Buscemi as
has
Randall.
His great voice.
Yeah. I don't remember who does Mr. Water News, but I like his voice. And his design. And when he's running in the hall and goes around the corner and his legs go up on the wall. Love that.
The Harryhausen restaurant.
Harryhausen's, yeah.
And apparently
Reference to Ray Harryhausen.
Right. And apparently that is probably going to be a new restaurant at Hollywood Studios.
Actually, I saw Harryhausen on something I watched recently. What were we watching? Maybe it was
We should
like,
watch Jason and the Argonauts.
Sure. I feel like I've seen it, but I'm not 100% sure if I've just seen those parts. Like I've seen the skeleton fight and stuff like that. I've seen the Seventh Voyage of Sinbad multiple times. I have that on DVD, and that one's a fun, crazy thing with him doing the monster effects. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like just because it is the first one, not that like this is a big franchise or anything, but like it's a very early Pixar movie and I feel like it's still pretty popular. I would put it with the other one, University, just because we were saying we like that one more, but I kind of feel like this one holds a little more weight and maybe also should be an A. So
Didn't
I don't
we
know.
have Monsters U at a B?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Even though we were saying we like Monsters U more, I kind of feel like Inc. is more deservedly an A. Your thoughts?
I'm okay with that. I would have been fine to have them both at B's. But if we're ranking them also, which we are also, obviously, that is not also, we are doing that. I'm okay with it. And this makes me, I'm reminded of, I think Wall-E might have been the last one where, have you seen that like Pixar discussion where it's like they had like a meeting early on after Toy Story, I think. And they had like the premise for Monsters Inc., maybe something else. And like 3 or 4 movies. And so like this is in the first phase, right, of Pixar. And yeah, let's just give it an A. We can do whatever we want.
It deserves it. It just feels weird if it was going to be with Onward and Brave.
I know,
and
because
Finding Dory.
Well, yeah, because you're putting Brave up there. I'm not doing it. Okay, here's a good one to talk about. Talk about sequel time. Incredibles 2. This I've only seen once.
Yeah, I feel like I've probably seen it maybe twice. I know you didn't like it.
No, I did not. I don't really remember it. Are they on a boat at the end?
A boat that turns into a plane or something. Like it's flying, I think, at the end. Duck? Yeah.
No. Yeah,
it's got a real tailspin vibe to it. You must love it.
I would. If they must have really not executed it well.
So I have it rated, but I don't have it logged. So it's hard to say when I even watched this and when if that rating is all correct. When I watched it, I gave it that.
I will have this at. I have it at a D. I've only seen it once. It's been a long time, but I don't think it's a failure. I think Brad Bird directed it, but
Yeah.
yeah, there's just I'm sorry. I don't think it's good.
It's definitely not as good as the first one. I think there's some good concepts in it. There's the like mind control stuff, and that makes for a pretty good villain because it's like it could be anyone. You think that she's gonna catch the person, and then it's just some person that's been mind controlled. I like that, and then the threat of superheroes being controlled, and I think there is some good humor with the kids, with like Violet having a crush on the one boy. There's some funny stuff with that, I think. But yeah, I've seen it maybe twice, and it would have been a while. It's due for a rewatch. I don't mind the Mr. Incredible being the stay-at-home dad. I think that was one of the things you complained about a bit, like this has been done, this isn't funny kind of thing. I don't mind it. I think it's good because Jack is kind of interesting that he's just so crazy with his powers.
Isn't there something about raccoons in this?
He has a bout with a raccoon. That seems like a marketing, like we need toys kind of thing. We need this baby to be fighting something, but not a villain. So let's get a raccoon in there.
I do like the house that they're living in.
I would say it's a B, so we could compromise with a C.
Let's do it. We're all about compromise here.
Okay.
What?
And it looks incredible. Like it is a step up animation wise.
Not but this has finally happened. Incredibles. Let's just go
back to
into
back.
it.
Well,
back to back.
I don't know that there's much of a debate with this one. I think this is one of the greatest superhero movies ever. And therefore, well, not necessarily therefore, but it is one of the best Pixar movies. And I would say this is an easy S tier.
It's right there with Ratatouille. Easy S tier. I agree. I love The Incredibles. I've seen it many times. You know what I like also about it? It is fast. It is a short movie, relatively.
Yeah.
Like, you think like, oh, this is going to drag out, but before you know it, he's already working on the island. Before you know it, he's there to do the last thing and gets caught, and the family's coming to rescue him. So the final battle isn't dragged out. I would say the visuals, because this is like the first Pixar movie that has a lot of humans in it.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of work where they like had to almost make an AI thing of like different versions of humans to populate things. So that, I think, and like the barrenness of the city, like it feels very empty at the final battle, but they still do a pretty good job with like the water and all that stuff. But that the music on the island, all the James Bondy visuals on the island, I love. The secret base, the villain, I think that villain is way better than the Lightyear villain.
Yeah.
Where it's like that kind of thing, like, oh, this kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? It's not the same, but similar-ish. And it's like, no, this is way better. You could kind of see it. It's kind of funny where the lawyers get involved and superheroes are getting sued. I love the relationship between the husband and wife, how they actually love each other, but they do argue and fight,
Yeah.
but not in a hateful manner at all, but just in a realistic that people disagree and argue, and all that, the music, everything. Yeah, I think Incredibles is incredible.
Yeah. It was brought up on the very first movies that make us cry. Makes me emotional. I do have on my shelf Elastigirl, and she's one of my bigger figures. And then I do have a Mr. Incredible Disney Adorable. Actually, and a Elastigirl. She's a little hidden, but yeah, I love them. And every time I watch it, it's like, this is better than I remember.
Yeah. And Brad Bird directing it, and him saying the premise of the movie, or one of the ideas that he wanted to like keep doing, was incredible things and mundane things constantly. So it's mundane work, or the like suburbia, working at or at home, and like just ordinary with extraordinary. And there's tons of that all throughout the movie, where it's like the clashing of like the normal and then the incredible stuff at the same time is awesome. How like everything, it's almost in every single scene you can see it, and I love it. Love the music, all that stuff. It's,
like even the idea of relocating them,
yeah,
how it's like the bureaucracy
yeah.
of superheroism,
Yeah.
like how they have this whole
Yeah,
organization
and
that's
I feel
doing
like that is a big thing that Pixar was, that kids movies that adults could enjoy. I feel like they have got away from that a bit,
Yeah.
where like lots of, we mentioned, what other one had it? Oh, Ratatouille. Like the fact that there's lawyers in these movies is not meant for kids, where I don't think they do that anymore. So that kind of stuff is enjoyable. Even the ending, the Underminer.
Yeah.
And the like, you kind of forget, but they defeat the circle ball thing, but then they got to beat Syndrome again.
Yeah.
And that scene, I love. That gets me emotional.
Yeah.
With the baby being stolen. And then it's just like, I love it. The quick action and parents working together. And when what's the kid? Dash is running and like on the water, all these great things.
Yeah. I like when they're in the limo after defeating the ball thing, and he's like, "Were you running on water?" And like they're kind of like freaking out about stuff together, and like just kind of having that moment is fun. And the Syndrome thing, it's funny because it is so quick, where it's like they're kind of panicking. What are we gonna do? Can't throw anything. Throw me. It's like, well, yeah, obviously that makes the most sense. And also just the cape, the setup of the cape, and that is the downfall. And it's like, this is set up early on. It's kind of a joke.
You're not even thinking about it.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, the cape thing. And yeah, it's so good.
And she's a great character. The what's her name?
Edna. Mode.
Yeah, she, like, and I think it's Brad Bird that does her voice. It's
it's funny. So he does her voice, and then Roz in Monsters Inc. isn't Pete Docter, the director, but it's one of the writers. So they have kind of this tradition.
And to go on with that, Heimlich is somebody that's not a voice guy. It's just one of the other people that he was like, where they put the voice in as a temporary track.
Yeah.
And whoever it was, like an animator or whoever, did Heimlich too in A Bug's Life.
Yeah, there are a few like that. Like, isn't Emile in Ratatouille just an animator? I feel like he's one of those.
Maybe.
The brother. Okay, well, we did it. We got The Incredibles, the first of a series. Oh, we did Monsters, Inc., I guess.
Here we go. Oh, boy. We're taking up a lot of time now. Toy Story 1.
Well, this was my number 3, I think, in my top 100. So
Okay.
I don't know if I have to say much more about it, but you already said your placement for this earlier on.
Yeah.
That it would be an S along with 3. I concur. This is the original. This is setting the bar ultra high for Pixar, and yeah, it's a high bar.
Yeah, and I would say, talking about WALL-E being unique, I would still say there are 4 Toy Stories, but Toy Story, I would say, is like kind of the next most unique, even though there's 3 other Toy Story movies, and that, like, it's so much different than the other ones.
Yeah.
It's like it's so much like harsher and like more sarcastic and not like just like.
I'm so glad it came out in the 90s. Yeah, the humor in it, the characters,
Aggressive,
and even just the unique in that it was the first of its kind of all time, being the first 100% computer generated feature film, and nailing it. Like, not even just like, oh, you made a film, good for you. Like, it's like, no, but it is the best. So
yeah, you know what, this gets me fired up actually. Because of a couple that we have left. Luca was fine and Coco's fine, but we have, is it Elio or Elio, whatever. But just think of the dialogue. No, that's Scud, you idiot. Like, that line doesn't exist anymore in Pixar.
Yeah. We both just watched Elio for this, and there's some like bully kids, but it's like, oh, you think you're bullies? Go watch Sid from Toy Story 1. Like,
right.
That's your bully. Like,
right.
But he's not even bullying people half the time. Like, yeah, he's got his sister, but like, he's just a psycho with toys. Like, and it's so well written. Like, him, like,
yeah. And that's the toys talking about Sid.
Oh yeah.
Right? Like, just, and Woody's arm's gone, or Buzz's arm's gone, and he's gonna puke.
Yeah.
Like, it's so much more aggressive.
Did you all take stupid pills this morning? Like,
yeah, there's no nice core
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like
there's a lot of that. Like, and Woody was supposed to be a lot worse.
right.
Like more of a jerk to people, but even this version, which is obviously better, but when like he tells Slinky to shut up when he's like, I forget what the phrase is because it's like hard to understand him sometimes, but he's like, Kali Ba Valley. And it's like, oh, shut up.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so like,
You know what it is? The toys are almost like kids. How kids
Yeah.
would talk to each other with no adults around.
yeah, kind of. But then at the same time, they're so like adult. Like,
Yeah.
we always reference and one last thing, Andy's birthday party has been moved to today. Like,
I know.
that
You know what?
whole,
Even us, the way we speak to each other, I feel is more Toy Story 1.
yeah. Yeah.
In fact, we're
it's-
too nice.
In fact, you're too cool. I should be the one strapped to that rocket.
Yeah.
It is.
The
So
aliens. And it's like, back, you zealots.
Yeah.
Like, it's
The claws are mastered. The claw chooses who will go and who will stay. This is ludicrous. Like, the whole thing is quotable. I have it banked. Like, it's
like, we can't see one of the
spaceship.
kids are in the way, and the guy crosses himself. Or Mr.
Yeah.
Potato Head.
There's a nice little one over there. And then it turns and it's a big long thing. I gotta say this line when he's like, it's a special spaceship. You mean it has hyperdrive? Hyperactive hyperdrive and astro turf.
Right.
Like, as a kid, it's like, okay. But now it's like, oh, astroturf is a thing, and it doesn't mean anything to do with spaceships.
Right.
Like, so good.
Oh,
Yeah. This is the S tier. This is a U tier. Like, it's above. Like, I don't know what's above S, but this is the king of kings.
yeah. We were talking about pianos being the king of instruments. This is the king of Pixar, the flagship.
Yeah. Okay. We've got another 8 to go.
Beep, 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 beep. Did it stop? Yeah, it did. Finding Nemo. I'll say the positives on it. I do like the dentist's office. I like who's the niece?
Darla.
I love that idea.
Yeah.
That whole thing. I like some of the visuals in the ocean. I like the idea of Crush. I don't think he's as cool as everyone else thinks he is, but he is fun enough. I did do the Crush talk at Epcot last time. I've never done it before, and it's kind of like the Monsters Inc. thing where someone's actually controlling them and talking, so that's fun. The whale's fun. Some of the visuals are fun. The thing is, it's one of those movies where it's like, Nemo's not horrible, but I don't care. And what's his name?
Marlin.
Marlin's the worst. So it's like the two main characters I don't like. I like Dory. She's fun and innocent. And that joke's pretty good of her losing her, having a short-term memory problem or memory problem.
And then, even at the end, it gets kind of like emotional with that, where it's like she's alone. She's trying to remember certain things, can't.
Yes.
But then she does have like, she recognizes Nemo or however that happens. Yeah, it's good. It is very much like Monsters Inc. for me, where it's like, I don't know, people talk about it like it is one of the best. It's not my favorite, but it's pretty good. Visually really good. I like the water alone. It's just like you nailed it. You got that part down. The fish are cool looking. I just don't love the story and all the characters, like you're saying. The music is good.
There's something also about fish where it's just I don't own a cat, but I like those cats that I mentioned. Mammals are easier to enjoy or something. So it's just like they look fine. They look good. I think they're animated well, but I just don't care. Not just don't care, but it's just that it doesn't grab me the same way. If this exact same story was done and you pick like Australian mammals to do it, I would have preferred that. But the seagulls, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
good concepts.
Yeah, there are some good jokes, some concepts. Yeah, it's more friggin' Marlin. Shut up.
I think it's like a B plus.
Well, yeah, let's put it at a B. That's fine with me.
Same tier as Finding Dory.
Yeah.
I think that's fine. Yeah, I forget the name of the composer. Same guy that did Wall-E. They sound pretty similar.
Okay. We're probably going to have Elio for the last one. We got Cars.
Cars, I think, also got a bad rap when it came out because you had so many bangers before it, and it was seen as kind of a drop-off.
And I do think it is a drop-off to what came before it.
Yeah, it is like, okay, kind of in the same vein of those where it's like cars are alive. It's like, okay. It works for what it is and doesn't blow you away. It's got some fun moments, a few good characters. It's the original Michael Keaton. He is Ken in Toy Story 3, but he's the green car in this one, the villain.
That's Michael Keaton?
Yeah. He's got range, man.
Yeah, good for him. Yeah, no, I do like it more now than I used to. Partially just the visuals, the Route 66. I've always did enjoy when everything was paved. That scene and all the neon lights come on and they're just cruising around. The idea of America and the highway, I do enjoy, nostalgic for. I've not been to, but I've seen Cars Land thoroughly in California, and it looks awesome. So I think that's partially why I like it more. So yeah, it's I would have it as a B as well. I wouldn't say it's an A.
No, I think that is correct. I would also put that as a B. It's enjoyable, but it's not their best work. It's no Ratatouille.
No, that's for sure.
Yeah, we're getting down to the wire here.
Well, okay, here we go. Only 6 left. We have Toy Story 4, Cars 3, Elio, Inside Out, Elemental, Turning Red. Okay, good. Get rid of this thing. Elio. Is that this year, 2025?
It is this year. Actually, that's a good point. I should put that on my list for this year. I just watched it the other night. To be honest, slept through most of it. Fighting to stay awake. But definitely woke up and it was ending. It's like, oh, okay.
I didn't do much better. I stayed awake, but I was not engaged completely. This is not Pixar of old.
Not my Pixar.
This is not my Pixar, no. I don't have much to say about it. I don't really care.
Like I said, I did sleep, but it was kind of like, so my Letterboxd review was a Pixar greatest hits album, but they're all cover versions, where it just felt like every piece of it was from something else.
Going through
And
the
just
motions.
kind of it's a collage, and it's like, okay, you made a thing. I would put this as a D, along with Lightyear and The Good Dinosaur.
Yes.
I don't know if it would be an F. I also can barely comment because I feel like I missed a decent chunk and never went back to it. I kind of wanted to, because I feel like I missed, I don't know how much. I saw a lot. The beginning setup takes way too long. And it's like, oh, okay, now we're here. And now we're here. And now and it's like, okay, let's just get to what the story is. And I know the whole thing kind of is the story, but I don't know. I wasn't like opposed to it. I was giving it a chance. We just talked about movies that scare us. There's a lot of alien stuff that I like / scares me. So this is all about alien abduction. It's like, not interested. So that's saying something.
I've never saw it, but remember that movie, Mars Needs Moms? What a horrible title.
Yeah.
But it just felt like this is not. I would just wish they came and asked me. I could have told you. This is not going anywhere. I don't think anyone liked it. Yeah, okay. D. It's done. Let's wrap up Toy Story. Toy Story 4. This we have discussed probably more than anything on this podcast. Now, objectively, I would say Toy Story 4 is not a bad movie. It is just a stain and an abomination on art.
Yeah, it's like I wish it was worse.
Yes.
And then it could be like, I told you so.
It's no
It is
Last Jedi.
fine. Yeah, it's not it doesn't besmirch as much as other things, but it is unnecessary and a money grab and isn't adding anything other than you get this new character, Forky, who isn't good. Has some funny things about him, but like really the whole thing just kind of
that trash thing is so desperate. That like, man, and compare it to Toy Story 3, which is 11 years from the last Toy Story. Like, that says so much. right? So it's not like they can't come up with good ideas, but the fact that this is where it goes, and there's no real criticism on the movie making, right? Like,
No,
it looks good. It looks
amazing.
awesome in parts. So that kind of stuff, the voice acting, all that is good. It's really just the story and Woody's whole, like, he's going to abandon Bonnie now.
Yeah.
And I feel like Buzz.
And makes her out to be like a bad owner.
Right.
Kind of.
And it's just
and Woody goes through basically the same thing as the first one, where it's like he's not the favorite anymore.
Right.
But he's still trying to like take care of everyone, and I don't know. Yeah,
everything's a little lighter, and like even is it Duke Kaboom Keanu?
Yeah, I like.
And I like it, but it's a
but-
lesser Jesse. Where it's
Yeah.
like, oh, we're gonna have this little tiny flashback thing, and it's like, we've done this before. It's not terrible. It's just not good.
Yeah, it's not as good. And I feel like the same thing with Gabby.
Right.
She's like a Lotso kind of thing, and sort of like, not exactly, but just same vibe. That's where it's like, this Toy Story 5 is going to be so weird. Like, what are they doing? So yeah, it's I would put it at a C, because it's not, I don't know, I feel like it's kind of, it fits with what we've got in there now. It's lesser because of what it stands for. It doesn't really bring anything. It is just like a product. Better than Lightyear. But
I think a C is fair because it's not objectively bad, but you can't say it's a B if we said Toy Story 2 is an A. It's not just one notch away. It needs some separation there.
If I didn't watch the movie, I would say it's an F, because it's like, no, 3 is it. If I was Tarantino, I'd be putting it in an F. But to be fair, it's like, as a film, it's fine.
Yeah.
I don't like
The idea
keeping
of it,
though.
the existence of it is an F, but yeah.
4 to go.
I've already clicked Turning Red. This is a recent watch for me. Came out last year or 2 years ago or 3 years ago. Not that old. Toronto.
Yeah.
That should mean something. Ugly animation as far as the people go. I did not care for this movie. I did not hate it. People were talking how awesome this thing was. And I disagree.
Yeah. It's...
You rewatching this anytime soon?
I wouldn't by choice. If someone else was putting it on, I would not be opposed to sitting and watching it. But yeah, I think it has its audience. It's not for everyone. I think it's fine. Yeah, character design, not so big on it. It's very like, I don't even know how you describe it. Like, the characters seem small, I want to say, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost like, I don't want to say anime, because it's not, but like something like that style where it's like stylized in this way, and I'm just not for it. I don't mind the red panda look. I like that, actually. I think that's a pretty good design.
I like how the red panda looks.
And I'm fine with the like metaphor of womanhood and stuff like that. Like, I think it's actually pretty good for that. Maybe I will rewatch it because my daughter's she's a young adult. She's getting into almost a teenager in a few years. I would put this one as a C as well. I think it's just fine. It's just,
I like it. That's fine with me because it's certainly not a B considering what we have in there, and it's not a complete failure. It's just nothing, or it's just fine. But yeah, it was fine. I don't care. I don't like how the people look. I don't know. It just seems weird to me that it's this is what gets greenlit, because it's not they can't really pump these out. Like, they take work, and there's so much design choice and committee meetings and like story meetings and all this stuff, and this is what is approved. You know what I mean? Just that alone kind of seems odd to me, but whatever. Let's finish off Cars 3. That other franchise. I think might have seen this twice. I do think it is better than Cars 2, which wasn't that much of a...
Yeah, that's not saying much.
No, that's our only F.
I've seen it once and barely remember it. I would say it's not as good as Cars 1. I think...
There's the visuals are an improvement, but that's kind of a gimme because pretty much, every single one of these, I would say, even A Bug's Life, is improved visuals from the original Toy Story. So it's like, that's kind of expected.
Yeah. You
can't really get a free pass for that. So it does look cool. It's very predictable, all this kind of stuff, but I would have it at a C or a D. D seems a little mean.
I'm feeling D. And only because looking at what's in C, I don't think it's as good as most of what we have in there. I don't remember a lot of it, and I think that is saying something where it's like Luca and Soul, and even Inside Out 2, I've seen once. Seeing Red, I'm sure I've seen probably fully only once, and then parts, but I don't know. I don't see myself, unless it's like, okay, we're going to watch all the Cars movies. Let's do it. Like, I'm never going to be like, I want to watch Cars 3. Like, other than if I was going to seriously prep for this list, then maybe rewatch it, because I don't really have much recollection of it. But I would be surprised if it was a C up there with a Toy Story 4 or Soul. So I would lean towards the D.
You would lean towards the D. All right. Well, that's one way to put it. That's fine. I kind of would be fine with a C, but we don't want to make the host upset. So let's put it at, what movie were we talking about? Cars 3, D. Elemental, Inside Out. We started with Inside Out too. We're ending with Inside Out too. So we must talk about Elemental. We're book
Are you
ending.
following the wheel, or are you just making that up?
I am making it up. I've decided.
No, that's fine.
I think it's too perfect to not have that as a bookend.
Yeah, that's fine. So Elemental, I saw you watched recently for the first time.
Yes.
Similar to my LEO review.
Yes.
Yours is a facts of a Pixar movie. I see what you're saying. I like it a little bit more, but kind of like Soul. It's like the experience. Actually, you know what? I've seen Elemental more than once. I think that's one of the few I've seen. I saw it like, I don't know if we saw it in theaters and then watched it at home, but yeah, pretty sure I've seen it more than once. And it does take a while to get going, and it takes you like, it sets up this world. You brought up Zootopia before. It's kind of like that, but
it's a lesser
animals,
version of Zootopia in every way.
Yeah, I agree with that statement. But I do kind of like the romance story, and it is that part of it, I think, is pretty unique in Pixar, where there isn't much that is kind of like
a real romance or relationship.
Like there's romance elements and stuff, but like that is kind of the main thing of this.
Yeah.
So it's unique in that way. But I mean, I can see if you're not into the world, then not really caring about that as much, then that kind of hurts it. So yeah, the world doesn't always work, but there's some things about it that are pretty cool and look pretty cool. But yeah, it is a little bit lesser. Personally, I would probably have it as a B. I have a feeling you're a bit lower though, so we might have to come up with another compromise.
Yeah, I think
I would be fine with a C though if we're bringing it down.
Yeah, let's bring it down to a C. It needs to be in there.
That makes sense.
Like, again, it looks cool, but it's just like the Pixar facts thing. It is that, what if this had emotions? What if that? And it's like elements. But this world doesn't even cars makes more sense than this. Like, it's just, this should be a short. Water and fire fall in love in a Pixar.
Yeah, it's kind of like
the
what's it called? Night and Day.
Right.
They have that short where it's like, oh, this character is the night and this is the day. And it's like, if they tried to make that a feature film, it would not work. Doesn't make sense.
Right.
It's kind of the same thing. It's like, oh, I'm a fire, I'm a water, I'm earth, and I'm wind or air or whatever the other one is. Yeah, sure. But like having families and like all these things and cultures, it's like, okay, I guess.
Yeah.
Like,
you know what this reminded me of? Years ago, I went up to visit a friend of the show, Steve. We got to get that guy back on. And up in Sudbury with Trevor. And we were staying up so late, and we drove up there. This is like, I don't know, it has to be 10 plus years ago. And we were just so tired and just like eating garbage all weekend and all that stuff. And then like, so staying up till like 3-4 in the morning, and then waking up, and we went to this like fake McDonald's place. and then we, when we thought we were going to have a separate podcast about sub movies,
Yeah.
and then you wake up sober the next day and thinking, what did that happen? Was that real? And it's like, maybe we got to question that a little bit. And so we had this whole thing about days of the week, making a kids movie about days of the week. And Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays would be the days, the different characters. And then like Monday would be Grumpy, and Sunday would be like family time, but like religious, and Saturday would be all these like characteristics of each day. And then we would have like the Council of Months, and they're in charge, and all this crap. And it's like, we were overly tired talking about this. And then you sit back and think more about it. It's like, yeah, that's not actually as good as it sounded at first when you're tired. And it's like, maybe that could be a short or a children's book.
Yeah.
Whereas like, it's like, I've never seen it, but the Cat in the Hat movie, where it's like, this is not meant to be a live action movie or a feature length. It takes 8 minutes to read the book, and we're going to stretch this out to an hour and a half. I feel like this days of the week thing. So all that to say, I know I'm dragging this out here, but Elemental is like, this seems like a fine thing, but as soon as it's like, oh, we're going to actually make this creative world, and it's like, yeah, Zootopia, where you got the different climates. It's so natural to make animals into human beings. We've been doing it forever in cartoons and stuff. But it's just like,
Zootopia makes more
walking,
sense.
And it's like, why isn't it flying everywhere all the time? Like, it's just, it just is silly and stupid. Stupid.
And it's basically Chinatown.
And then also it's the toys just don't make any sense. You're stretching and you're at your end of things. You had Wall-E, that's a fine toy. You had Monsters, Toy Story's obvious, all these things. And it's like, now you got fire, stuffed animal, stuffed toy, fire. And no.
Speaking of toys, I should mention, to round out my shelf, I don't have anything from Elemental, but I didn't mention Buzz and Woody are on that little shelf, as well as I think this is what they call mini brands. There's like a tiny version of Jessie in her box. This tiny thing. It's basically like a miniature toy. So I've got that. So I think that's about it. I think I've mentioned everything on my Pixar shelf now. But they're all small, very basic figures. Wall-E I painted myself. It had a very basic look to it, and I dirtied him up and made him look special. So, So last but not least, unless it's also going to be in an F.
So what did we say Elemental is? A D or a C?
I don't know. I was going to put it in a C.
Okay, that's fine.
Because I think I was saying I like it, so I would maybe have it in a B, but
yeah. C.
D I think is too low. I think C is right.
Yeah.
I think you can kind of see the eras that we have going here. C and D have a bit of a mix from stuff. But yes, that brings us to where we started with Inside Out 2. Inside Out 1 is our last film to rank.
And so thinking about Elemental and all the Pixar-ness of all these movies, I feel like why Inside Out works more than Elemental, because it's a made-up universe. Elemental is like, they're kind of, where does this place exist? Cars is on Earth. Elemental is like, where is it? Right?
Yeah.
It's kind of like a weird thing, but Inside Out is just a personification
like the real world
of things in your head.
Yeah, but in the head, that's the stuff.
So you can just make up anything, and it's kind of perfect. So
it is the ultimate Pixar. What if feelings had feelings?
Yes,
like and I think they nail it with that concept. And I also like Riley, the girl, and the kind of journey of her and how what is going on in her head, even though it's somewhat doesn't really fully make sense to me. I've heard that like there's psychiatrists or psychologists, whatever they are, people who deal with mental things, actually use this as like a good example of to explain things,
right,
of how things work inside our heads and stuff. So yeah, I think they do a really good job with that. And I like that you just kind of get it, the focus on joy and sadness, and the other three are kind of left behind in the control room because I don't find them as interesting. But then the contrast between joy and sadness is good, and then the resolution of sometimes sadness is good.
Right.
I think like it's a great resolution. This one does make me cry, and I don't know what parts. There's a couple parts I think. One has to do with the memory that she sees with the hockey. I forget what part it is, but when she's on the bus and sadness finally gets back to the control, and like she starts to feel the sadness and like starts crying and stuff. I think that makes me emotional, where it's like, yeah, sometimes you just need a good cry.
Absolutely. And you feel better with it. I do love, I don't think it's explicitly said in this, but just in human life, where you laugh so hard you cry, or you are so upset and you're crying so hard you laugh.
Yeah.
And I do like the cuckoo bananas nature of our emotions in that way. I do like all the I think sometimes, I think Elemental and some of the other movies that I get a little tired of, it's like with the like passports and Coco and stuff, all the Pixar-iness of it, it's like just clever, but I think the cleverness is actually better in Inside Out, whereas like train of thought, all these little things, the imaginary friend, the dreams, and that it's like a set.
Yeah.
I love the dream part where
yeah,
like what she's
and how
saying.
you have recurring dreams or recurring characters, and it's like, oh, I love your work in this. Like it's someone she sees often in her dreams. Like that concept's good.
Yeah, and I love so the part where I remember what part of the theater I was sitting at. I was on the like left side of the theater, not in the center part, but I saw this and I was emotional with Bing Bong sacrificing himself. And the idea of the innocence of a child having an imaginary friend is so special and awesome. And it just gets to me. I think that's my favorite part of the movie. I love when Joy sees Bing Bong again. It's like, oh, I remember you. You had a band with Riley. I came to every show. And that line gets to me where it's like, she's Joy. She's not this character. Joy came to every show. Yeah. She was happy every time she did this. That's what, like, I just love that line. Like, I came to every show. Just felt special. It's, yeah. I like this. I like that we're ending with something that we can talk about.
Yeah, and positively too.
Yeah.
Like, there's not much I don't like about it. I think there's maybe just a couple jokes I don't think are great. Like, there's the room of like abstract thought or whatever it is where they're like being broken down into concepts, or I don't know. It seems like that part is like just like an animator thing where it's like, oh, we're gonna do these crazy things, and now they're just shapes, but they're in a, I don't know, just playing with that stuff. It's like, I don't know, that's really, I don't understand how in the reality of like something in someone's brain, it's like, so because they went in there and they didn't get out, she's going to have no more joy or sadness anymore. Like that concept of like losing emotions, like they're physical characters that could die or something. It's like, doesn't really make sense, but
yeah.
Only little things like that I could nitpick about.
Yeah. It's a fun personification of what's in your head. Like, it's just kind of enjoyable, and yeah, you're not trying to think of like nitpicking it the way other stuff where it's like, okay, how are cars made? Like, is there a factory of cars? They do die. Doc dies. It's like, why didn't you just get repair parts? Like, it's just kind of goofy.
Born, I guess. Do you see baby cars?
I don't know. But yeah, just.
Oh, one thing I was going to say about Inside Out, I like when you do see the parents inside their brains, how different that is.
Yes.
And outside the movie, there's a good short called like Riley's First Date or something. And a boy comes by, and it's a lot inside like the kid's head and the dad's head, and like him trying to like intimidate him and things like that. And just I like that short. And then the way it ends, it's like the dad makes like a face to the mom, and the shows inside the mom's head. It's like he's making the face or something, and like they go in to like kiss, and then it shows like inside the two heads where like the dad, it's like rock music and like all the emotions are like celebrating, like yeah, and then like inside the mom, it's just like kind of quiet, and they're just like enjoying it, and it's like, okay, that's enough. And then like it cuts out, and it's so good. And just like the male female differences, I think it nails it with that thing. I think it's hilarious. What are you thinking for a tier? I'm kind of hovering over what I think.
I think I would put it at an A, not S. Definitely not C. So it's A or B. I'm kind of saying maybe it would be like an A minus if I had to divide them all up.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, I think it is an A. Just looking at some of the others there, it is kind of that, like, it's not perfect, but it is the embodiment of a good Pixar idea and execution. Voice acting is really good in it. I think they've got the right people. Amy Poehler nails it, and then Phyllis from The Office.
Yeah,
like
it's perfect.
Just that is perfect. Like, and that's a good pull. Of like, not just like the big celebrity. It's like, okay, well, we know of her, and she doesn't play it like Phyllis exactly. It is like even more dreary and Eeyore kind of thing. Like, I think she just nails it too. So those two main ones, and then the others are good too. Like of the emotions, and Bing Bong is Richard Kind, who's been in a few.
Yeah, he has a
Pixar,
great
including
voice.
A Bug's Life and Cars.
Yeah, Richard Kind has that voice is great. Like that is a perfect casting for.
Yeah, he's he is perfect. Like, he's got a good voice for Bing Bong. He works well in A Bug's Life, like as the Hopper's brother.
Yeah.
Just he's a good actor. So
isn't he in Spin City?
Yeah, he was in Spin City. Do you want to go through all of these? Just a quick review of where things are. Do we want to do any shuffling, or what's done is done?
No, I think unless you want to repent and bring Ratatouille up to S tier, I'm kind of fine with everything. I think the compromises weren't drastic.
No.
And I think
we were kind of a lot in the same zone for most of them. And I think Ratatouille. What were you saying for Coco? Because that's the one I think that I bumped up more than you would have had.
Yeah, Coco. We ended up at an A. I would say it's not an A, but that's fine. It's more of a C or a B, probably a B.
Yeah, just looking at it, it's like, personally, I wouldn't put it at a B. But if there was anything to move, maybe that would be the one I could see moving. But I don't know. I'm obviously okay with it being an A.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't know how much this list is gonna change history. Quick update: the Blue Jays won 8-2. The series is tied 2-2.
Okay. And how long is the series? Best of what?
7. Best. So you gotta win 4 games.
Okay.
And the Bengals just beat the Pittsburgh Steelers in football on Thursday Night Football. Everything's concluding just as we are wrapping up as well. Nice. This is just as a historical document.
So for the audio listeners, I'm going to just run through them from bottom to top. We had Cars 2 in the F tier, the only F tier Pixar movie.
They should be proud.
So far. In D, we had Lightyear, The Good Dinosaur, Elio, and Cars 3.
We do not love Cars.
Well, but Cars, the first one is a B. In C, Inside Out 2, Luca, Soul, Incredibles 2, Toy Story 4, Turning Red, and Elemental. In B, Onward, Monsters University, Brave, Finding Dory, and Finding Nemo, and Cars 1. In A, A Bug's Life, Coco, Up, Ratatouille, Toy Story 2, Monsters Inc., and Inside Out. And in S tier, Wall-E, Toy Story 3, The Incredibles, and Toy Story. I think visually looking at it, I would have thought more would be an S tier, but it is kind of the point that those are special. Like, you can have a lot of 5-star movies, but like these are elevated. So I think that's fine.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, A Bug's Life, we kind of said, yeah, it's good, but maybe it's not the best. If there was anything in A currently that might go up there for me, it would be A Bug's Life, but I'm completely on board with an A. So
I think we nailed it.
Yeah, I don't think anyone would dispute anything on this.
It is fun. People, you should do this at home. We will be doing the Spielberg one. I didn't watch it, but I saw someone did, and it was just too much. But ranking every single Disney World ride. It's like, that would be fun too. Anything like this. Ranking. So I'm sure we'll do it again. Well, we are going to do the Spielberg one. But something after that. It's a little bit of fun. It's a different type of... It's a funnier episode than we've done before.
Yeah. And thanks for listening.